Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about how do lawyers get paid? I'm Tiffany Weber. I'm an attorney in Mooresville, North Carolina. Practice real estate law at Thomas and Weber. We like to put out videos like this one so you learn more about real estate and the law. So please subscribe to our channel so you will be notified when we put out more videos like this. All right, so how do lawyers get paid? Well, there's a couple different types of fee structures. And the most common ones are hourly, flat fee, and contingency. Hourly seems pretty straightforward, and that is you pay for the time that a lawyer spends on your case. So they'll have an hourly rate, they'll keep track of the time spent and send you a bill, usually monthly or more frequently if you ask for it, to pay for the time that they spent on the case. You're usually going to see hourly fees more often with litigation. Obviously, because there's really no way to know how long your case will take. It's unpredictable once you get to court, and the lawyer's going to want to be paid for their time that they've actually spent on the case. So rather than doing flat fees, which we'll talk about in a minute, the lawyer's going to be paid for time spent rather than saying, okay, you've got this big case that's going to trial and it's only going to cost you $10,000. There's no way that they can predict that, so you're just going to pay for the time spent. Now, the next option is flat fee, which also sounds really straightforward. So for the scope of the representation, say you need a real estate closing. We're going to tell you what it's going to cost for the closing, and we have a scope of what that includes. So for example, the closing and the title search will tell you what that's going to cost, and the closing is settlement services and preparing documents for the loan and getting everything coordinated, getting the escrow dispersed, all of that stuff. But if something comes up that's outside of the scope of that representation agreed upon up front, then it will either have a different fee or you may go into some sort of hourly structure to get other issues resolved. So flat fee doesn't mean every time you call the lawyer, it's only going to cost you $800. It means that for the things that the lawyer has agreed to do for you, that's what you pay. So if there are other things that come up outside of that scope, it will cost you more unless you have some other agreement with your attorney. Now, the other common type of fee structure is contingency. And you will see this most often in a case where the damages to you are great, but you might not necessarily have a lot of money to pay an attorney up front. And that's common in personal injury type cases where someone's been injured really, really badly, but they can't pay an hourly fee. So attorneys might be more willing to say up front, all right, you won't pay us until you get paid, until you win. Now, contingency fees are not allowed on all types of cases. So every state's a little bit different, but North Carolina has rules about what types of cases can and cannot be taken on contingency fee. So please don't assume when you talk to an attorney that they can just take your case on contingency, because they very well may not be allowed to do that depending on your type of case. Now, there are other hybrids of these types of fee structures where you'll pay a flat fee up to a certain point, and then after that it's hourly. There's all types of ways that things can be arranged with your attorney if you talk to them about that. Just don't make assumptions. Make sure you understand how you'll be paying the lawyer's bill and what the scope of services is, and you won't be taken by surprise. So it's pretty straightforward, not a lot of different ways that lawyers get paid. Just figure out what type of fee structure for your case and get it all set up in your engagement letter up front so that you know exactly how things will proceed during the time of your representation. Again, I'm Tiffany Weber, real estate attorney in Mooresville, North Carolina with Thomas and Weber, and we'll see you on the next video.